My perfect dress is too small now, and today I'm going to show you how to expand side seams and get enough fabric to get extra room to make this dress size bigger. Best way to check for this is to turn the dress inside out and check how much seam allowance was left when the dress was made. And looks like my dress got plenty of extra seam allowance, therefore there is no need for fabric panel, which is great. So I start by separating the lining from the upper delicate fabric, and I use my seam ripper to do so. Next step, I partially separate the skirt part from the bodice at the waistline, as you can see it here. As you can see it here, I will expand the dress at the side seams to make this dress bigger. First, I measure the total of the extra seam allowance to double check there is a sufficient amount of fabric that I need. Next step, with the help of tailor's chalk and my ruler, I mark the new sewing line on the left side of the fabric. I repeat this process on the other side seam. First thing, I set my sewing machine to regular straight stitch. Before that, I use straight sewing pins to keep fabrics together, and I sew a running stitch along both sides of the dress. In the next step, after I'm done stitching the new seam, now I remove the old stitching, because this is how we're gonna get that extra fabric that will expand and make this dress bigger. Now I will expand the side seams of the bodice. Same process as before, I mark the sewing line with the tailor's chalk for the new seams. After this, I stitch the new seams with regular straight stitch on my sewing machine. You can do that with hand sewing if you don't have a sewing machine. No problem there. Now is the time to remove the old stitches, either by ripping the thread with a seam ripper or by pulling it. Okay, perfect. That looks great so far, I have to say. Next step is to let out the side seams of the lining. Let's not forget about lining, very important. And after that's done, seam allowance is going to be around 1/4 inch, which is just what I need. After all the side seams are expanded, next step is to connect the skirt part with the top of the dress. But before doing this, it is recommended to press flat the new seams with an iron to get that professionally looking seam. Okay, so I arrange the side seams and I use my safety pins to keep them in place, and I do this with the upper fabric and lining fabric. So make sure the right sides are inside and the left sides are on the outside. Now it's time to finish this alteration of letting out the sides of the dress. Okay, here you have it. A sewing video, how to professionally tailor your dress, how professional tailor or professional seamstress would most likely do this not so easy alteration. Look at the back of the dress, it looks just perfect.